Why is it not doing that again? Good evening, and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this fine Tuesday night, Tuesday the 18th of August 2026. And when you look at it, it's the eve of hide behind the couch stuff. For those that will go to the game tomorrow night, they will have the excitement, they will have nervousness, they will have every single emotion that you could think of tomorrow night during the game. And let's just hope that we come out victors. Just been watching the Martin O'Neill interview. And David said, this is nothing to sell. David Castles, if David Castles just put up a comment, just listen to 2 tracks from the new Ice-T album, Pure Gangster, couldn't really break dance to that. Hopefully there's a cool Reckless style song in the new album. David, don't you know any Ice-T's albums from back in the day? Ice-T was total gangster. He had drill noises going into people's head and everything, and yeah. And go onto YouTube and later on and go back and look at the album Ice-T. It's just named Ice-T. Fantastic album. And yeah, there you go. Anyway, let's get on to the Celtic news because there's a Celtic player that Celtic have been trying to get in. There's been Celtic players that's... What is wrong with Celtic? Let's just talk between me and you. We have known all summer long that... And there's the perfect comment. Now, there is the perfect comment. They've known all summer that Arne Engels was going to leave the club. We've known all summer that Rio Hitate's been wanting away. We've known all summer that we needed to get in a replacement for Arne Engels. And yet, when it comes to it, and Arne Engels let Celtic down. Arne Engels didn't want to play. Martin O'Neill said he didn't want to play in the Champions League qualifiers. He'd rather go down and play in a lower league in England. He didn't want to play in it in case he got injured. Now, you can understand that from any player. But if it wasn't for Celtic, and fair enough, you know, when a team comes in for him, he saw the transfer collapse the last time round because Celtic couldn't get in a significant player and it was too late in the window. And he's sitting thinking to himself, you know what? What if this team doesn't wait about? What if I get an injury? If I get injured, I'm stuck at Celtic and I'm whatever thousands and thousands of pounds a week worse off for being injured at Celtic. Whereas at least I can go away, and if I get injured when I'll go to the new team, don't care because I'm on the big bucks then. The way the footballers think, innit? Bang, 9, automatic, hunting child. Anyway, Danny Cassie's in the house, and he says, Baz, we are £10 million up with players in and out. Yeah, I know we were. And I think that it's ironic that Celtic are sitting with so much money in the bank and we still haven't touched it. You know, we're still sitting in profit. We're doing what the Celtic board always do. And if Martin O'Neill said he's happy with the squad, first of all. But it was an interview where Martin O'Neill, I'm going to be honest, Martin O'Neill wasn't his normal cheery self, was he? You could see there was a bit of nervousness in Martin O'Neill, and he's a bit... I think that he really fears going into the game tomorrow night without Arne Engels being in the midfield and having the running prowess. Now, I mean, I said this morning, there are other players that are in the midfield that should be able to get Celtic through. But if it does come down to just the one player, if it comes down to the fact that we have sold Arne Engels too quick, that we have done what the Celtic board always do. 2 seconds. he was quite sheepish, Martin O'Neill. He was very nervous. Big shout out to Mark from Ireland, big Celtic fan. If you can say hi back. Big shout out to Mark. And Dan, a big shout out to Danny Cassie for his super chat also. We need another 5 players in this window. But shouldn't we have had the 5 players in before now? I don't want to reiterate and go on about all the players that we've lost towards the end of last season. But, I mean, Martin O'Neill has been very pleased overall with the performances. He felt that Celtic became complacent in the last game. Dundee United briefly controlled the game, creating chances, flash shots across Celtic's goal, etc. Dundee United hitting the bar. He spoke up all the positives, in the last interview that he spoke about. In this interview, he was very downbeat, very thoughtful for everything that he was saying. It wasn't his usual jovial self, which is kind of a concern going into the game. And maybe deep down, he is concerned that the level of player that Celtic are about to come up against is going to be anything far, far superior. Well, it obviously is. It's going to be far superior to anything that we have had in the league so far. And I would even say that this could go, prepare yourself. We went to Portugal and we got absolutely mullered. Shouldn't be Albertson. There's been another update from YouTube today again, where they're fucking pissing about with monetization. So I don't know what you're talking. It's nothing to do with me. I'm not overly surprised by the lack of players signed in time for the Champions League, says James. Even the ones that we did get should have been done weeks ago. We are a development club, whether the fans like it or not. Ox can't run, either can Calmac. Honestly, I'd rather have no Engels than a downgraded 2 Engels. Says Daddy thinks he's Pirlo. If what Arnie said, then we would have got about 30% commitment tomorrow. Yeah, this is true. Arnie Engels, 20 million, and he was crap at corners. Yeah, they're taking the positive out of it. I can understand that. We need to take the positive out of getting rid of Arnie Engels, because that's it. Montgomery going on loan to Livingston. Yeah, I spoke about that this morning, and Livingston have confirmed it this evening. I think that's a weird one, because he's in the squad for tomorrow night. I don't think it could mean that Celtic do have another player coming in, but Celtic had a real good chance to when they started bringing in players. We could have they could have got on the front foot, and they could have sort of went, right, here we go, bang, 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 let's get deals done, and let's make everything fine for this Champions League game. Now that we're here, we're sitting, we're there is breaking news saying that Celtic dealing with Blackburn Rovers is at an advanced stage for their keeper, Toth. Blazas Toth. Balas Toth. That's got to be a cracker one. Anyway, that is the news coming out that we are in negotiations and they've reached an advanced stage with Blackburn Rovers. It's coming out tonight. But anyway, let's jump back into some of the comments. Stephen says we're bringing only one midfielder. Yeah, I think one midfielder is probably more than what we're going to bring in. Or is that we don't bring in one midfielder altogether? We need to bring in an Arnie Engels replacement, and if Rio Hatate leaves, we need to bring in a Rio Hatate replacement. If we don't, we're going to change formation. It means that we're going to go, I think, that it looks like Martin O'Neill will change the formation of the pitch. Sebastian Tenetti has gave an interview. Nobody ever talks about the players' interviews. Champions League nights at Paradise have a habit of bringing out something extra in the support, and the player Sebastian Tenetti imagined when he joined Celtic, the winger cannot wait to sample it against LASK as they visit tomorrow evening. The Tunisian internationalist, who also believes that a packed Celtic Park can help the Hoops have an important advantage, with teams from Austria been rather good, some of them. The bottom, it's like Celtic, and it's like the Scottish League. You've got three teams that are pretty good, and then the rest are just average. The same with the Austrian League. And he says, Sebastian Tenetti says that the team will want to press, and it's going to be really hard at both home and away. But we have a chance on Wednesday. We have to be ready, because with our amazing support behind us, I want it to be an advantage on our ground. To be honest, this is what I spoke about when I came to Celtic. These are the games I was looking forward to, and it's nice to be involved in them. Tenetti opened his account for the season in the last game, getting the first goal of the season. That was one of his development points over the summer, when he sat down with the staff and they worked on how he would develop his game. And one of them was to score more. Even just go past players, mate. Don't know. Get past players. Baz, it would be nice if we can get a wee one or two, a bonus. I think if we win 2-0, it would be fantastic, but I'm not too sure. They took the 20 million rather go full on for the 60 million plus. There's no way where you get 60 million plus for Arne Engels. Jesus, calm down, mate. The back line are slow. That's the worry. Montgomery is a waste of time. I thought it was weird, because I've got to be fair, during the summer, watching the pre-season games, I didn't think that Montgomery was a player that was going to make the first team. And then you get the shock where Montgomery is added to the first team, and you're thinking, okay, Celtic are going in really cheap this season. They think that Montgomery is good backup to Kieran Tierney. Woo! Good luck with that one. But could Celtic be ready to change formation in the midfield? Oh, look, Arnie's gone. He's gone. That's it. He's gone. The end of the era. It's always difficult at this point, isn't it? When you look at the team, and there's a player that served us so well for 2 years. 2 years of Arne Engels, 2 years of £11 million down the drain. Arne Engels scores again. And we've made a profit on him and he's gone. Benji Negrin was a bigger player for Celtic. He needs to get his goal scoring boots on. He's got them on already. He scored 3 goals this season. Luke McCown in midfield. You've got to say, Mika Bauer will walk straight into that midfield. But it is a midfield without great pace. Mika Bauer, you could say now, you can understand why Martin O'Neill only wants to bring in one more player. Even if Rio Hatate goes, it'll be one more player. Rio Hatate is no big miss. Let's be honest. But it's just given me a little bit of fear. The front line, well, we're going to lose Michelangelo Balak-Wisha. Cameron Carter-Vickers, it's just out on the Celtic website. I have watched a little bit of them today. They look like a physical side, very well organised, with good quality as well. So it's definitely going to be a tough tie for us, says Cameron Carter-Vickers. Here comes his annual sick note. Champions League. Cameron Carter-Vickers is out for 3 months. Again. Oh my, I've got the fear for tomorrow. Ralston finishing the game tomorrow at right back. Don't, because I'm starting to get the heebie-jeebies. Don't know. I mean, there's been no significant improvement to the defence. Oxlade-Chamberlain slower than a week in the new Barlinnie building site. We've got Casper. If he can get the right ball to him. Hassan, is that a bit too early for Hassan? Yang. Oh, what about Yang in that haircut? What? Right, we're going to keep this picture of Yang. I think Yang's missus come over and cut his hair. I need to get one of these pictures. I mean, what? I know that Dyson Maeda has left the club, right? Leave that picture there. Let's see if we can get this one of Yang up. Oh man, it's like, mate, you're never going to be. I mean, what is that all about? Let's put them next to each other. What has he done? Has his missus cut his hair? I'm just asking. I mean, look at Yang there, and then look at him here. Did one of his kids cut his hair? Does he think that he's going to pretend he's Dyson Maeda? He looks like a Timu Dyson. He does, doesn't he? It's like there was Dyson Maeda, and there's Dyson Maeda. It's not Zhang. Sack the hairdresser. Hassan isn't fully fit, supposedly. Hassan's only had. I've spoke about. Let's get rid of Yang because he's scaring the living daylights away. Hassan's only played 2. He's not even played any. He's not had a pre-season. Of course, he's not fit. He's not match fit. He's not had a pre-season. He came from the World Cup. He had some time off, and then he came to Celtic. He's had no pre-season, and I don't know why people are getting uptight about it. With the real Yang, please stand up. We got a problem here. The poor Dyson. Here's Dyson, and there's what you could have got. Anyway, right, let's get back on the comments. Did Jan get his haircut at a Turkish kebab shop? He should get dropped just for that haircut. I would say Hassan may be away quicker than Ho or Duran. Class player and a steal for the money that we paid. Yeah, he is. I think that he's well worth the money. And we'll just wait and see, as they say. Anyway, Celtic news-wise, it is all about tomorrow night. The team tomorrow night, my team to start the game will be Cameron Carter-Vickers, Austin Trusty, Tony Ralston and Kieran Tierney. I don't think that we're going to bring the young lad up from the B team. I know that he can come up, but I don't think that they'll use Colby Donaldson. I think they'll use Tony Ralston for his experience at this level. Just my opinion. In the midfield, we're going to have Captain Callum McGregor, Benji Nigrin, and Mika Bauer will be the starting 3 in the midfield. The front 3, if it's a 4-3-3 we play, I think they were still undecided on the formation slightly. We tried to play 2 in the middle during the week, but it didn't in the last game, but it didn't really work. Through the middle will be Casper, and he will have on the wing. I think it'll be Duran and Yang. I think Duran and Yang will start the game. Callum Osmond will be on the bench. Hassam will be on the bench. And Michelangelo Balak-Wishart will be left back. James Forrest will be on the bench also. Tell me what you think of that. I think he's got a part in Squid Games. Oh, that's bad. Oh, he's not really away. He's taking part in the Squid Games. That's oh, Jesus God, man. No way Ralston will start. Do you not think so? No point in buying bench warmers. We spent £5 million on a bench warmer. It's called Michelangelo Balak-Wishart. Sounded like Martin was resigned to Europa. It did, didn't it? I want to get back to the interview with Martin O'Neill, because, you know, he said all the good stuff, but he sat and he was like, I don't think this squad's good enough. I'm thinking between the lines. And Martin O'Neill is the leak at Celtic Park, because Martin O'Neill came out and told people, well, someone came out and told people last night about certain parts that would be in the press conference today, and he was asked about them. Martin O'Neill said that the Celtic squad are in good shape. He says that almost every player currently at the club is available, obviously without... I wonder if Jota would be in that, but he's not ready, match fit. And Martin O'Neill says he's happy with the new signings. However, he recognises that some of them have not had enough football before these crucial qualifiers. Hassan is the clearest one when you look at that. He says he would really have loved him to play more minutes instead of being thrown into a Champions League playoff. O'Neill watched Celtic being eliminated last season and spoke about it on TV and stuff. He says that the new signings will demonstrate their quality during the season, whether it's in the Champions League or whether it's in the Europa. He told the truth about the Arne Engels interview, did Martin O'Neill. He says that Arne Engels wanted the transfer. He says that he wanted away, didn't want to play in these European games. He didn't want to play in the highest level of football going. He wanted to go away and get the money so in case he got injured. He says there's a fairly decent chance that nothing will happen tonight before the deadline. Same old Celtic. I think that the board and Martin O'Neill secretly want the Europa. I think Martin O'Neill wants to go. Remember, we fucked it in 2003 and we dropped down into Europa and we got a good run. Can we just do that again? And we'll just say, oh, we didn't get the players in quick enough. He did say, though, Martin O'Neill said Celtic must aspire to the Champions League. It's something that they have inspired to, but they might never have. Well, no, it's fucking no chance. He said it's completely different. The standard was set. Martin O'Neill always says that the standard was set by Jock Stein back in 1967. Modern finances make competing at the highest level increasingly difficult. He said, look, when we were in the Champions League, well, the Champions League, the European Cup, as it was known back then, he said, when we were in that, we played Liverpool, who were the champions, and we knocked them out. We knocked out Liverpool. That's when he was a player. And he said that was the first round. He did go on to say, despite the fact that finances are unbelievable when it comes to the Champions League, Celtic must continue to aspire to compete with Europe's best. He believes the club should always make an all-out effort to reach the Champions League, although his body language said otherwise. And this was Martin O'Neill's body language. Sorry, Gaffer. Yang's taking the load. So yeah, that was his body language. When you look at Martin O'Neill's body language throughout that interview, it's a manager that's very nervous. Very, very nervous. Prestige matters more to Martin O'Neill than money. Qualification would give us massive income. It would increase the club's transfer budget. It would make Celtic more attractive to potential signings. The greater the momentum would be around the whole club. Excuse me. We all know that the club would get around about 40 million quid. But as when does the deadline finish today? It's midnight, I think, for the game tomorrow. It's only for the game tomorrow and the game on Tuesday. It's not the overall transfer window. That closes on the 3rd of September. Jim Lister says, considering it's our 60th anniversary season, you would think that Michael Nicholson would go out all out and do the business to get us as far as we can, like back in 2003. Mate, we got booted out the Champions League in 2003. We dropped down into the Europa from the Champions League. It was a shit season, 2003. Stop. We need this. Right, come on. Let's just... Can we stop this 2003-11? The Love Fest. It's such a Scottish thing to do. 2003 was brilliant. We won fuck all. Nothing. Fuck all. That's what we won. It's a reality that Celtic fans don't seem to want to remember. Because ever since Martin O'Neill's coming back, it's like, yes, 2003 all over again. Oh, no thanks. I'm not wanting 2003 all over again. We won nothing. It was a shit summer. I remember the summer of 2003. It was pish. Shit. I was in a rotten mood all summer. I'm not wanting that again. I've got quite a nice happy life at the moment. Don't want Celtic fucking it up. Anyway, Martin O'Neill says for him to get into the Champions League would be fantastic at his age. Never mind the fact that it's just 20 years later. At his age, it's a fantastic for him to get into it. He has a warning, though. He has a massive warning about the team that we play tomorrow. Describes them as fast, strong, athletic, physical, and technically good. I've spent today testing out software for the watch along, and I've got serious reservations about doing a watch along if we get fucking beat. Honestly, I can remember the one last year. Just going to set the tone. Anyway, let's jump back into the comments. It's 11 p.m. for the playoff. 11 p.m. this evening. And there's no way Celtic are getting players in. Maybe we're going for the penalty shootout. Don't do that. He didn't look nervous to me. Don't know where you're getting that from. Do you want to see his face? Fucking adverts. I mean, if that's not a nervous old geezer, I mean, what is? It's not somebody that's brimming with confidence thinking that we're going to get through this and it's an easy tie. You know, it's someone that is... He's got the old arms folded. He's defensive as anything. I don't know, he's hiding his true emotion. Got the old arm folded thing. Defensive mode. Yeah, look at that face. That's not a nervous face. Come on. That's not somebody that's brimming with confidence. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, that is it. We're supposed to be... we are supposed to be pace and power. Danny says he did look nervous, sorry. Baz, cheer up. We need you in good spirits. I'll get some good spirits tomorrow evening. We'll get some of them tomorrow evening. Don't worry about that. Let's get behind the team. What's wrong with you all tonight? I think that we're all behind the team, but I think that Celtic being very Celtic, but we're not. Listen, when you look at the players that have come in, okay, Hasim Hassan, that deal should have been done weeks ago. He's been linked with Celtic with over a month. Camilo Duran, that one came out of nowhere. Nobody even seen that one coming. Casper, we've been after him for ages. Why not get him in earlier in pre-season? Don't know. And James has got it right. Don't know. He's. Have you ever seen Martin interview? You're talking shite, says Davey. Have you ever seen a Martin interview? Yeah, I watch every single one of Martin O'Neill's interviews. Every single week. And I'm not the only one that's saying that he looks nervous. But it's all about opinions. There he's there. Look. Let's show you again. It looks nervous to me. Just a matter of opinion. That's not a guy that's brimming. He didn't smile once during the interview. Did not smile once. Did not joke. Did not smile. Did not laugh. Not once. And at one point goes on full-on defensive mode for quite a while. Right? Arms folded, defensive. But what do I know? I'm just giving you an opinion. That's all it's about. It's all about opinions on the channel. I think we'll give LASK a really good game. 3-0 tomorrow. Right, get us your scoreline predictions in. Give us your scoreline predictions for tomorrow. Remember, they have scored 9 goals in 3 games. Or was it 8 goals in 3 games? 8 goals in 3 games they have scored. They're quite a good team. I'm going to go, first of all, with Celtic. Celtic 2, LASK 1. Alan's going to go for 2-1. Celtic 2-0. Celtic 2-0. Celtic 2-1. 2-1 Celtic. Seems to be a popular 2-0. So there's another one to come in, and then Patrick says 2-1 Celtic. Let's see if we get some more of these in. 3-1 Celtic. I hope it's 4-0 to Celtic. 4-1. How about the fact that we have 2 Champions League several strikers and Managerial looking unstoppable? Okay, fine. And that's why I've said 3-1 Celtic. But then when you look at the defence and come back to me and how you feel about the defence. Fine going forward, but the defence is the big worry for me. 3-1 Celtic, 3-2 Celtic. Last season, we were so bad, Martin O'Neill came in for the second time and won a double. Have faith. Yeah, but he was only playing in Scottish football and he was only playing Scottish teams. That's the big difference. 2-1 Celtic, 5-2. So are we a good team? We have the makings of a good team. I don't think that we are a good team when it comes to European football as yet. It's untested. We can't say that we're a good team. We're a good team in Scottish football. Yeah, I'll say that. And I think we'll win the league. I think we'll win the league comfortably. Positive about that. Absolutely positive. We'll win the league. Easy. I think we'll canter the league this season, to be honest. I think that you're going to get people putting on 4 or more goals as bets every single week in the Scottish SPFL. That's how many. I think Celtic will have goal. But when it comes to Europe, the midfield gives me the fear. It's not fast enough. Mika Bauer, we'll see what he can do in the midfield. He's not Champions League. He's not even top level league German football. Never mind Champions League. Benji Nigren, yes, but he floats in and out of games. So there we go. Charles says, are we a good team? 3-1 Celtic, 3-1 Celtic, 3-1 Celtic, 3-1. With the backing of the Celtic fans, will scare any team. Ooh. Just hope it does happen. 3-1 Celtic, 2-2. I was going to put 2-2. But I kind of went with the heart. 2-2, but please be 3-0. Goal fest. But I think it'll be 3-2, to be honest. Defence is my biggest worry. I won't lie, says Kev. It's LASK we're playing, not PSG. And you do know that LASK beat Sturm Graz to the league last year. And Sturm Graz this year are about 4th or 5th in the league. And Sturm Graz put 6 past Hearts. Let's not dismiss this team. People dismissed Kara Almaty last year. And look how that worked out. Backline gives me the fear. CCV's as strong as a horse. Yeah, maybe one in a retirement home. We defend from the front. We'll get the treble, Baz. Yeah, I think that I'm not going to say treble. I think that depends how we get on at Ibrox at that cup game. If we annihilate them in the cup game, Derek McInnes will be gone by Christmas. Martin is too wily for modern data managers, Baz. Yeah, that's why he's got rid of most of them, and the backroom staff are taking on more of a role of looking at data analysis, where Martin O'Neill just goes, who fucking cares? I'm watching the game, mate. I'm not caring about that shite. I've got eyes, ears, and a nose. I can smell blood. I can see that he's shite, and I can hear that he's about to piss himself because he looks like he's up against Dyson Maida. But it's not Dyson Maida, is it? It's the real Slim Shady. Guess who's back? Yang is back. Yang is back with a really bad haircut. If we can win the midfield battle, we will stuff them. With the pace that they have, I don't think that the midfield is going to be the battle. I think it's going to be down the wings and the fullbacks that are going to get it tight tomorrow. Sinisalo needs to spread the ball out of his box quicker, much quicker. Okay, if that comes down to the players making runs out of the box, and when you've got a midfield that aren't that quick, you need the wingers to be just going boom straight out, and you need a striker that's just going to just turn and run. And then he knows that if when the keeper gets the ball, the goalkeeper then knows that if he can get the ball out to one of the wingers, and the winger gets the ball, puts it into the striker, and then it's a goal. Martin O'Neill style football. No need for technical pashes there. There will be goals on both ends, but I pray for a cushy away leg. I don't think it's going to be cushy away. Martin O'Neill is fed up, said Paddy Burns. Oh, fed up. Fed up or nervous? Oh, that's an interesting one. Fed up or nervous? I'll put Yang there. I don't fucking adverts. Let's go off that. Bloody adverts playing on it. Oh, I don't know if it's fed up. I would say it's more nervousness about the team. Our midfielders will get overrun. 4-2 Celtic. 3-0. Just saying. Oh, Sinisalo needs to help the pace. Midfield and defence in Europe are where we need improvements, and we haven't. 3-1 to LASK. He'll help you, Baz. Thanks, Tony. They're still going to do well in Scotland, but if we're playing shit teams every week and won't get hard games, we need to compete in Europe. Now, wait a minute, because LASK are playing in the Austrian league, right? Now, they don't have a great league. But what they do have, interesting. Fairy tale completed, his last crown itself champions. That was it from earlier on this season. Standings. Now, Rapid are top of the league. LASK are second in the league. Red Bull Salzburg are third in the league. Sturm Graz are fourth in the league. And then it's a league of 12, and then after that, it's teams that we're never going to hear of. You know, it's similar to the SPFL, but they have 4 really good teams that do things in Europe on a regular basis. They play in Europe on a regular basis. We all know the names. Scottish football, the downside of Scottish football is we can't make the leap. Your Hearts, your Aberdeens, your Motherwells, although Motherwell done not too bad so far, or are they out? And your Hibernians, they're out of Europe before it even gets started. That's the big issue. I don't know what to say. We have won 10, 8 in a row, Baz. Conceded little. Should LASK not be nervous coming here? You can't count on we've only won 3 games. 2 in the league and 1 in the cup. You can't count last season. Should we not be scared of them because they beat Red Bull Salzburg? They beat Graz to the title. That's all I'm saying. Be careful. Be careful. There will not be a walkover. No, they're not. And all I'm doing is preparing you for a hard game tomorrow night. And there will be a watch along tomorrow night. I've went and had to buy other software. Just this. And we beat Sturm Graz. Yeah, we did. But Red Bull Salzburg gives me the fear. I don't think it's a sell it for tomorrow night game, is it? I think you still get tickets online. No idea. You cannot dismiss any Champions League team. Yeah, exactly. And not one that they won the league. They won the league, remember. Do you know what I mean? I think it'd be disrespectful to it. 1-1's going to be a realistic score. It's going to be a tough game. Yep. The Zombies. I can always have a look. McKinnis out before Halloween decorations are up. Hearts team are in transition. It was never 6-0 on aggregate. Hearts should have been 2-0 at first, but it was. Do you know what I mean? That was the score. They start their season the same time as us, so anyway, we're going to jump into some more. Fans are showing too much respect to this mob, says James. I think they were giving them too much respect. All I'm saying is beware. Beware. Look, Cameron Carter-Vickers has come out at Celtic tonight. And this isn't me saying this. This is Cameron Carter-Vickers. I'll get this up on the screen. Talking about the Champions League game. Cameron Carter-Vickers, let's just get it in big writing so you can all see it so that you know what's been said. This is Cameron Carter-Vickers. We've watched a little bit of them today and they look like a very physical side. Very well organised with good quality as well. So it's definitely going to be a tough tie for us. Cameron Carter-Vickers. Not me. Don't know. It's not me that's saying that. It is the best defender we have. Fans have been spooked from Cara. Yes, they have, and that's all I'm saying. It's be afraid, be very afraid. Celtic 2-0 says Thomas. This mob is not any better than Bratislava. Right then, Bratislava got beat by Cara Almaty last season. We beat Bratislava 5-1 in the Champions League. Cara Almaty beat Bratislava over 2 legs last year. Then Cara Almaty beat us. That's all I'm saying. We can all throw stats out there, but I think the real thing is that fans have been spooked by what happened last year at Celtic. Anyway, right, moving on, because that is me done and dusted for this evening. Thank you to everyone who has joined in this evening. I'll just double check. You look for a bit of positivity, and then you see it that yeah. You see this coming up in the past 10 years. Let's get rid of Yang altogether. Past 10 years. It was 10 years. 2017. Jesus. Athens, Cluj, Ferencvaros, Midtjylland, Karat, LASK. Anyway. The nerves are kicking in tonight, aren't they? Big style. The mood and morale last August was a big factor. Well, do you think so? What is our excuse for this? Because Celtic are looking to end a run of 5 straight failures in the Champions League qualifiers. And that has went through how many managers? You're talking about top class managers haven't been able to do it. Martin O'Neill does it, he's going to be a bloody legend. You know, when you look at the fact that Brendan Rodgers couldn't do it, when you look at the fact that, you know, even Ange Postecoglou couldn't do it. That's what it is, isn't it? We just wait and see. Anyway, we might get someone out on loan in the time for deadline, 9 p.m. tonight here. Nah, there's no chance. Martin O'Neill said there's nobody coming in tonight. Jan is channeling his inner Dyson Maeda with that haircut. Yeah, it's Dyson. It's Dyson-esque, isn't it? Yang looking like Anyway, right, I'll be back. Baz, you doing a watch along tomorrow night? I don't know, I'll be honest. I don't know if I want to put myself through it. I will be honest. By the way, it was Basil who knocked us out in 2003. As for Ernie Engels, who cares? If he stayed, he would have been a liability. That's very true. Anyway, right, that's me done and dusted for this evening. I shall see you all tomorrow morning, where I'm sure I'll be as equally as enthusiastic, if not more enthusiastic, for the game. But do it, Baz. Good crack. Yeah. If I go and buy if I spend money on this software that I'm needing, I'm going to have to do it. But we'll wait and see. Now I've got the fear. I've got the Karat Almaty fear. I'll probably do it, but the one and only watch along all season. Fucking shite, man. Fucking shite. Anyway, right. Martin's got an 86% win record. There we go. We end on positivity. Martin O'Neill has an 86% win record at Celtic. So we hope that he can get a fucking win tomorrow night. Anyway, I'll be back first thing in tomorrow morning as we get the build up for the big game, and then we'll be live an hour and a half before kickoff, and then we will do a watch along. Bugger it. I'll probably regret it, but we'll do it. And I'll be behind. This is why I've stopped doing it, because they're always behind. I'm about 30 seconds behind, and folk are like, fucking hell, that's a goal. Fuck's sake, fucking shite. And I'm sitting going, yay, it's a fucking goal. Because I stay in another fucking part of the world. Even Celtic TV. Celtic TV, if I watch it through Celtic paid Celtic TV, it's away behind as well. What can you do? Anyway, have a fantastic evening, Celtic fans, wherever you are.